you ever felt a strange pull towards someone you've never met? A knowing in your spirit that whispers their name even though logic says it's impossible? What if I told you that right now, in this very moment, God is orchestrating a divine appointment between you and someone whose face the world recognizes, whose name carries weight, whose life intersects with millions, and yet they're meant to walk beside you? By the time this video ends, you'll understand why silence is your greatest weapon and how premature words can abort what heaven has already approved. Welcome, beloved. If you're watching this for the first time, this isn't coincidence, it's confirmation. You've been led here because there's a prophetic word attached to your life that needs to be activated right now. I want you to do something powerful before we go any further. Go to the comments and type these 3 words in all caps. I receive. Don't just watch passively. Activate your faith. Comment I receive, hit that subscribe button, and turn on those notifications, because what's coming through this channel isn't just content. It's consecrated, heaven-sent strategy for your breakthrough. Now let me speak directly to your spirit. You've been having dreams that don't make sense. You've seen faces you don't recognize in your sleep, heard conversations in languages you don't speak, felt emotional connections to people you've never physically met. You wake up confused, sometimes embarrassed to share these experiences because they sound too wild, too presumptuous, too impossible. But what if those dreams aren't fantasy? What if they're preview screenings of coming attractions in your life? Proverbs 18:16 reminds us that a man's gift makes room for him and brings him before great men. Your gift, your calling, your anointing, it's creating gravitational pull right now in dimensions you cannot see. Here's what the Spirit is saying. There is someone of influence, someone whose platform is vast, someone whose name trends on social media, who is about to step into your life not as a fantasy, but as a divine assignment. This isn't about celebrity worship or getting caught up in fame. This is about understanding that God uses people of influence to elevate his agenda, and you are part of that agenda. Joseph didn't just manage a prison. He interpreted Pharaoh's dream and became second in command of Egypt. Esther wasn't just beautiful. She became queen to save a generation. Your connection isn't random, it's redemptive. But here's the critical instruction that most people miss, and it's why they lose what God gave them before it even manifests. You must stay silent. You cannot announce this. You cannot post cryptic messages on social media hinting at it. You cannot tell your prayer group, your best friend, or your family members who don't understand the prophetic. Matthew 6:6 teaches us, but when you pray, go into your room, close the door and pray to your Father who is unseen. Then your Father, who sees what is done in secret, will reward you openly. There is a reward attached to your secrecy. Why silence? Because premature announcement invites premature warfare. When you speak too soon, you activate jealousy, doubt, witchcraft prayers, and demonic assignments against what hasn't yet taken physical form. Remember when Mary, the mother of Jesus, received the angelic visitation about her pregnancy? Luke 1:29 says she was greatly troubled and pondered these things in her heart. She didn't run to social media. She didn't broadcast it to the synagogue. She kept it sacred, protected, hidden until the appointed time. Your silence is not weakness, it's warfare. It's strategic submission to divine timing. Right now in the spirit realm, assignments are being drafted, schedules are being divinely interrupted, travel plans are being rerouted, certain people are receiving unexplained urgency to attend events they normally wouldn't attend, divine traffic jams are happening to create collisions between you and destiny. Isaiah 43:19 declares, "See, I am doing a new thing, now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland." God is making a way where there is no logical path. Your meeting won't happen through dating apps or social climbing. It will happen through divine orchestration that leaves no room for human manipulation. Let me paint a clearer picture. This person you're going to connect with, they're tired. Yes, they have fame. Yes, they have followers. Yes, they have resources, but they're exhausted by the superficial. They're surrounded by people who want access, not relationship. They're aching for someone who sees them beyond the brand, beyond the image, beyond the public persona. And you, beloved, you carry something they've been praying for even if they couldn't articulate it. You carry authenticity. You carry genuine spiritual depth. You carry the ability to see the human beneath the headline. Proverbs 31:10 asks, "Who can find a virtuous woman? for her price is far above rubies. Notice it doesn't say who can find a famous woman or a connected woman. It says virtuous, someone with character, integrity, spiritual substance. That's you. And for those who are men watching this, Psalm 112, 1-3 says, "Blessed is the man who fears the Lord, who finds great delight in his commands. His children will be mighty in the land, the generation of the upright will be blessed. Wealth and riches are in his house, and his righteousness endures forever." Your righteousness, your commitment to God's commands, your refusal to compromise, that's what makes you attractive to someone operating at a high level. Now, if you're finding value in this word, do me a favor, hit that like button right now. Let me know this is resonating with your spirit. And as we continue, I need you to stay locked in, because what I'm about to share next is critical to your preparation. Here's what you need to do while you wait in silence. First, purify your motives. Ask yourself honestly, do you want this connection because you're genuinely called to support, love, and partner with this person's assignment, or are you attracted to the lifestyle, the access, the upgrade? God will not release someone into your life to inflate your ego. Philippians 2:3 warns, "Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility value others above yourselves." If your motive is clout, God will delay the connection until your heart is pure. Second, elevate your spiritual maturity. This connection will come with warfare you've never experienced. People will question you, media might scrutinize you, social media trolls might attack you. Spiritual attacks will intensify because the enemy doesn't want this union to happen. It carries too much kingdom impact. Ephesians 6:12 reminds us, "For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms." You need to be prayed up, fasted up, armored up. This isn't a game. Third, develop yourself in every area. Don't sit around waiting for this person to show up. God is preparing them for you, but He's also preparing you for them. Are you reading? Are you growing emotionally? Are you healing from past hurts? Are you expanding your mind, your skills, your capacity? 1 Peter 3:3-4 speaks to this. Your beauty should not come from outward adornment, such as elaborate hairstyles and the wearing of gold jewelry or fine clothes. Rather, it should be that of your inner self, the unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is of great worth in God's sight. Beauty isn't just physical, it's spiritual depth, emotional stability, intellectual curiosity, and kingdom purpose. Let me address something else. Some of you watching this are thinking, "But I'm not ready, I'm not in the right place financially, I'm not where I thought I'd be at this age." Listen carefully, God doesn't call the qualified, He qualifies the called. Moses had a speech impediment, David was a teenager with a slingshot, Gideon was hiding in a winepress, Mary was an unknown virgin in Nazareth. None of them looked like candidates for greatness, yet God chose them. Romans 8:28 promises, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." Your current location is not your disqualification, it's your training ground. Now about the timing, you might be wondering when this will happen. The Spirit says, sooner than you think, later than you want, exactly when you need it. That might sound cryptic, but here's what it means. God's timing is not about satisfying your impatience. It's about maximizing your impact. If this connection happened today, you might not be strong enough to sustain it. If it happened last year, you might have sabotaged it. But when it happens at the appointed time, everything will align. Your maturity, their readiness, the kingdom purpose, the global impact. Ecclesiastes 3:1 says, "There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens." You're in the season of preparation. Use it wisely. Don't waste this time complaining about being single or feeling overlooked. This is your training montage, your behind-the-scenes season, your Esther in the palace being prepared for 12-month season. What you do in secret now will determine how you carry yourself in public later. I also need to warn you about counterfeit connections. The enemy will send distractions that look close to the real thing, but are designed to derail you. You might meet someone with a little bit of influence, a little bit of platform, a little bit of recognition, and it will feel like this is it. But if that connection requires you to compromise your values, dim your light, or disconnect from your God-given assignment, it's not from God. 2 Corinthians 11:14 cautions, "And no wonder, for Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light. Not every opportunity is ordained. Some are traps disguised as blessings. The real connection won't require you to shrink. It won't demand that you become someone you're not. It will call forth the fullness of who God created you to be. Song of Solomon 4:7 says, "You are altogether beautiful, my darling. There is no flaw in you." The right person will see you as God sees you, complete, whole, valuable, anointed. They won't need to fix you, change you, or mold you into their image. They'll recognize that God already finished the work. And here's something powerful. When this connection manifests, it will feel natural, not forced, not desperate, not performative. It will feel like coming home. It will feel like, "Oh, there you are. I've been waiting for you." There will be a divine ease to it, a supernatural peace, a knowing that this is right even when the outside world doesn't understand it. Proverbs 3:5-6 counsels, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight." Trust the process, trust the timing, trust the God who orchestrates everything. Before we close, I want you to go back to the comments and type these words, "Blessed and ready." Declare that you're not just hopping for this connection, you're prepared for it. You're postured for it. You're expecting it in faith. And while you're there, subscribe to the Pray to Begin channel because we're releasing divine messages, prophetic words, and strategic kingdom content that will keep you aligned with heaven's agenda. Here's the recap. Someone of influence is being prepared for you right now. Your silence protects what God is building. Purify your motives, elevate your maturity, and develop yourself in every area. Recognize counterfeit connections and wait for the divine ease of the real one. Trust God's timing above your impatience. And remember this one line, what God has joined together in the spirit realm, no person, no circumstance, no delay can separate in the natural realm. I want you to share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. Someone who's been feeling overlooked, someone who's been praying for the right connection, someone who needs to know that their season of obscurity is about to shift. Send it to them right now. And make sure you click that notification bell so you don't miss the next video, because God is releasing strategy, insight, and revelation through this channel that will change your life. Thank you for being here. Thank you for activating your faith. Thank you for trusting that God is working behind the scenes even when you can't see it. Until next time, stay rooted, stay expectant, stay silent where necessary, and stay ready. God is about to blow your mind. Be blessed.